Welcome to the Inside, and we have a special, I would call it a group conversation that we're going to do for this one, which is a little bit outside the norm of a lot of them that we do, which are typically with individual interviews. But I'm very excited today to have a crew from SIA. Well, with SIA, they work with SIA. They're not all from SIA, but working with SIA of a ton of young professionals that are really shaping the way that the industry's working, and specifically what we're going to talk about today is the SIA Rise Scholarship that is open right now. And to kick it off, just to do a quick little intro, and then we're going to get into some questions about what motivated people to participate, what effect did it have, and get into all the really good stuff around what this scholarship is for. But before we do that, we'll have Jake, if you would, just introduce yourself, the Rise Committee, SIA, what you're doing.
Okay. Hey guys, thank you, Lee. So the Rise Scholarship, obviously you've probably seen it all over LinkedIn. We'll be posting links to, join Rise and also the scholarship application. The deadline is November 13th. The deadline was pushed, but we encourage you guys to apply as soon as you can. Matt Feenan, Kelsey Carnell, myself, we make up the Rise Scholarship Subcommittee. And today we have Erin Mann, Nelson Jenkins, and Ben Shaffer, who are the former winners, along with Kelsey, a former winner herself. And we're going to talk about, the scholarship in general and the benefits that come along with it.
It is 5 scholarships of $3,000 each, and it's awarded annually to SIA Rise members or SIA company members. And it's something that we pride ourselves on as a SIA Rise organization because we're empowering young professionals. You can use the scholarship this year, which is different, for student loans or for continuing education. So either courses that you want related to the security industry or just continuing education, master's degrees, CEPTED certifications, or any other industry related certifications that you're looking to obtain.
Let's talk a little bit about, so I guess Erin, Ben, and Nelson, what motivated you to do it initially, outside the fact that it's money? And then number two, if you talk a little bit, how did you use it?
So I won the scholarship back in 2018, right after I had just gotten a new role at Allegiant. The role was focused on customer experience, but working with tech companies. And it was different than other customer experience roles. It was much more empathetic customer experience, kind of looking at how these tech companies operated and then figuring out what tools and processes and resources Allegiant needed to have to be able to facilitate relationships with these companies. So I applied for the scholarship because I knew I didn't have all of the skills that I wanted to be able to do the job kind of how I envisioned. And it was my first introduction to Rise. I had heard about it on LinkedIn, kind of seen different things popping up here and there from a young professional networking standpoint, and thought, hey, what the heck, let me try. So super simple application, ended up winning the scholarship, and then was able to use the funds for online courses for software product management to really understand all of those people externally that I would be working with, kind of what are those things that they really need to be able to do their job, so that I could kind of come back into my role and look at the way that our business could facilitate those relationships better. So it was super easy, but it was my first introduction to the Rise community in general. And it has been kind of growing ever since. But if you have an opportunity that you want to chase, apply for this scholarship.
Yeah, so like Erin said, it's super easy. I was definitely influenced, not influenced, but just encouraged by Erin and Erica of Legion, because I know that they were previous winners. I actually won last year, towards the end of last year, and got to use those funds this year, at the top of this year. So the reason why I did it was because I saw the kind of the benefits and the exposure and the connections that Erin and Erica were able to build up within the Rise community. So I thought that was going to be a great opportunity to do that. Also, I guess after making the connection, also being able to kind of have some kind of monetary funds towards building up my education around innovation in that space. So that's what I did that's what I actually did with my scholarship at the top of the year. I ended up spending that on like an innovation strategy course. So my thought was, if I can tie, knowledge, along with my connections, and that can really kind of help accelerate me in my career a good bit. So
what motivated me was, aside from the encouragement from my project manager to kind of keep pursuing furthering education, specifically looking for like project management. I currently do like application system engineering, but was kind of looking longer term as to where I could go from there. And the Rise Scholarship gave me a great opportunity to get that funding to pursue that. And I was able to pursue the PMBOK PMP certification, and also do some security related certifications as well, for like IP video products. And it was a great opportunity to just kind of, meet new people within the Rise organization, as well as in the PMI world as well. So it was a great opportunity for me to kind of push forward and kind of pursue something that I always had wanted to do, but was kind of hesitant because of that kind of barrier to entry up front with the funding. And this really kind of allowed me to take the next step and pursue that and achieve a goal I had been working towards.
Let me ask you this, as past winners, any advice or tips that you would give to people that maybe need the motivation or push to go do this? Or I don't know, they maybe think of it like as a lottery where it's like they never win anything, so why should I apply? So are there any tips or thoughts?
I think the more authentic and spicy your application is, the more fun it is to submit it and kind of wait for the reaction from the Rise committee. Being part of the Rise committee myself, I've been a winner, but then I've also judged former scholarships, and it is probably one of the coolest experiences to hear all of the dynamic and enthusiastic applicants about what they want to do with their careers and what they're thinking about. And so I think my biggest tip is, first of all, apply. Second of all, be genuine and authentic in your explanations about why these things are important to you. And if we can, as a committee, kind of take that passion from your application and really understand it, there's nothing more fulfilling than being able to give you guys those scholarships and empower you to do that, and then watch your career flourish from that benefit. So be authentic, be fun, be enthusiastic, and tell us why you're passionate so we can watch it happen.
Yeah, so someone who plans on applying, they actually reached out to me earlier in the week, and I was actually answering this question for them. And basically what I told him was, rather than kind of just saying this is the training I want to go to and this is how I'll benefit from it, basically kind of what Erin was saying, just talk about kind of what you're passionate about, how the training aligns to that passion itself, but not only that, but like things that you've done in your current role and even beyond your current role, to kind of show that I'm passionate about it and I'm actually about it and I'm doing it, and then showing how this training will then kind of supplement that in your kind of what you're already doing to pursue your passion. Something that I did, and then something else was kind of also talking about not only how the training will benefit you, but also how the training will benefit the organization that you're a part of. So, I'm taking this knowledge and I'm going to apply it to my organization, and it'll benefit the organization in this way. So I think that helped out.
Those are great points.
Yeah, I totally would echo that as well. I applied 2 years ago, and I think that really the application questions, they're intentionally written for them to be pretty broad, but for you to really think about your career trajectory and where you want to go. So it kind of sounds odd, but when I did my application, it made me really like self-reflect and then think about where you want to go from there. So I think that not only do we love reading authentic questions and answers, I totally echo Erin's point. It's really fun to hear about the greatness that everybody's doing. And this year you can post a video if you're interested. It doesn't have to be written, which is awesome, and totally can let your personality shine through, especially because we're on these conference calls day in and day out in the virtual world, right? So I echo what they said too, but really put some thought into the questions and really think about how you can make your mark moving forward in the industry with the use of the education.
It's an amazing thing that the SIA organization, and especially the Rise organization, does. And what I do like about it too is it's very much a peer-to-peer type an approach, not like a lot, not saying the other ones are bad, they're not. It's just, this is a very different one where it's like a community. And the hardest thing, in my opinion, for this to happen is the people to take the first action of doing. and probably more mentally in your head than anything else. So the best advice that I think I could give would be to just do it. And if you need help, you've got a group of people here that will help push you heavily into doing it and making it a lot easier. So every single person that's on here is approachable via LinkedIn, and really, if you just have to ask anybody on SIA, I'm sure they can get you a hold of any of them. So do that. So the deadline again, November 13th. You can apply both video and written. And somebody help me with, where do they go to find out the questions and where to apply?
So once you get, we'll be posting the link with this video. Once you get to that landing page, make sure to scroll down a little bit, and there's a yellow apply now button, and you just click and you follow the prompts. And it's very simple. And yeah, the video option, it's brand new this year. So I would definitely encourage you guys, if writing isn't your thing, and you really like to be personal, go ahead, take advantage of the video.
Well, thank you very much, Kelsey, Jake, Erin, Nelson, Ben, and Matt. Appreciate all that you all do to help support the community and how active you are with it. So I appreciate it. And thank you for the opportunity to spend some time to talk about the SIA Rise Scholarship.